G'day and welcome to our National League show, and we're here for the Match Week 6 roundup. Joining me as per usual is Danny Milner.
Hello.
So been a rather
Interesting week.
I don't know, it's been pretty standard, I guess,
Standard until the last result.
Yeah,
Last year.
Western Springs and Wellington Olympics sort of started to break away from the pack in games you'd expect them to win. Christchurch United, Auckland City, sort of top half of the table, came at each other and both walked away scarred. And outside of that, it was sort of nothing really affecting the grand final race. But we'll crack into specific games. And Wellington Olympics scraping past Western Suburbs 1-0.
Indeed, I would say scraping past because the last 5 minutes of the first half, I think Suburbs had 3 or so chances. Should have maybe gone 1-0 up into the break. And Bazookas took a lovely strike in the second half, but
probably the one sort of clear chance that Wellington had, and he took it with great composure.
Maybe the couple chances that Olympic had ended up in the bush in the backyard of some people's houses. However, Olympic is Olympic, and they found a way to win.
Yeah. And then Christchurch United, Auckland City. Christchurch United blew a 2-0 lead going into halftime. Bit of confusion at the back, leading to them going 1-0 up, and then Stroud doubled their lead not long before half-time. And then Auckland City ran away, got back into it, and a former player biting them in the arse.
It's like when you poke the champions, they fight back, and Christchurch going 2-0 up, they definitely poked Auckland City where it hurts. And credit to Auckland City, flying down that day, coming from 2-0 down, going into halftime, probably got sprayed a little bit by the coaching staff, and then coming back to 2-2, that would have been a happy trip home from Christchurch.
Yeah, they'd take that point after how that first half went.
Oh, definitely.
And then Western Springs got underway pretty quickly from a bit of shock from the Miramar defence as they watched that ball loop over the keeper into the side netting to go 1-0 up after just over a minute.
It's a great corner piece, and the last time I saw, was that a throw-in?
Yeah, it was a throw-in.
Oh, never mind. I thought tells me I do my homework quite well. It was a great set piece goal. The last time I saw a set piece goal like that was back when Melville got promoted by Rob McNicholas. So a great header. It's a great header.
Miramar Rangers pulled one back, but then Nico Bobadilla, second yellow red.
Yeah.
Western Springs just managed to sneak their way back into the game and take all 3 points.
The dumb decision to get their second yellow card. You always think it as soon as you get on your first, you always want to try and be on your best behaviour, but unfortunately, wasn't to be.
Yeah, and then Auckland United establishing themselves as not the worst team in National League this season.
Tick. It was a classic showing from Auckland United. It was a good header from Luka Lim to open up their scoring, but Coastal Spirit tried, man, and I have to give them props. They're trying their hardest to get goals, they're trying their hardest to get wins, but not to be.
Yeah, Derek Tiku not really been the signing they'd hoped for. You'd think 1 goal all season, just not really been cutting the mustard for them.
Hopefully they might do better this weekend. Hopefully.
Yeah. But speaking of strikers cutting the mustard, Jonty Bidwar races his way to second in the Golden Boot race on 3 goals after a brace versus Birkenhead United. Dejourn Naidu, who got the first goal and assisted Jonty's first, was fantastic. He was just ripping them apart. You almost wouldn't have even noticed Pinecker and Sale in the team because Burko just didn't really...
Not at all. Burko in that first half, I don't even think they had a shot on target.
Yeah.
I was bitterly disappointed. And just watching that whole game just showed the dominance of AFC, and unfortunately, Burko, I mean, they've lost 3 on the bounce now, so
Yeah.
they're well and truly out of it.
Things really boiled over in the 89th minute when a player spat at Ollie Sale. And that player managed to get away without any punishment.
I'm so unhappy with that. You cannot do that in New Zealand football. Yeah. I'm sorry, Michael, if you're watching this, I'm sorry, but you cannot do that in New Zealand football. I also heard that Ollie Sale was a little bit of a twat.
When isn't he? You know,
you're 3-0 up. You're 3-0 up. You can be a twat.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
always a twat, and I'm always 3-0 up. So be a twat.
Wellington Phoenix, the young lads were able to join the team, join the first team, head over to Central Coast, get a few minutes in as they had the bye this week. And yeah, stock standard bye week. Nothing happened.
I'm sure that they were having fun, relaxing, chilling, watching games. I'm sure maybe they were playing FIFA and maybe getting their cards up to 99 rated, but bog standard bye week.
Yeah, but we'll move on and take a peek at the table. And Olympic and Springs just starting to break away now and making themselves look quite clear favourites for the grand final at this rate.
I think we can call it right now, saying that it will be an Olympic Springs final. However, you brought up a really good point. Auckland City are Auckland City.
They've been a very niggly team, and we thought the same thing of Auckland City qualifying for National League when some of us thought, maybe this will be the year they don't play. And then they found a way, as they have done throughout this National League campaign, stealing points where they can. And I wouldn't write them off straight away. I think give it another game or two. If they start to pick up some form and maybe Springs or Olympics slip up at some point, then you could be talking about a different team in the conversation, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
And it just, like, you look at that middle of the table and they're still fighting to be up there, but...
Yeah, it's very cluttered from 3rd through to 8th. There's 2 points separating that. And even Auckland United on 5 points isn't really as far off as you'd think they are. No. However, it is even more unlikely that Auckland United managed to qualify for the final.
And let's not forget Coastal Spirit. They're down there.
Yeah,
they're down there.
They're doing their thing. They're doing Coastal Spirit things.
Nick's doing well. He got more minutes this weekend. So I'm happy.
Yeah. So we'll move on to the fixtures, and straight off the bat, was it the Dominion Road Derby?
Yes, I'm looking forward to this one. I always enjoy a good old Dominion Road Derby, so it'll be good. Kiwitea Street. Auckland City may be favourites heading into it, but you never know with derbies. Derbies are derbies.
Yeah. Nothing quite like a former player in a derby with Emi Tade. I'd imagine he's back from Napier now.
Yes, he would have been back for the weekend just been, so you never know.
Yeah, so former players, am I right?
Yep. And Derby form goes out the window. It's whoever can take their time, patience, concentration, and just smack it into the back of the net. That's what happens in Derby.
And then Coastal Spirit hosting Miramar Rangers. Miramar Rangers not quite out of the race yet. I think Martin Bueno could have a big game here. I think Coastal have been sort of weak to sort of, I'd say star power almost, if you can have that at this level. And I think Martin Bueno has that just raw ability to just create problems for them.
He creates a lot, and he also scores a lot. That's what often is good with an attacker like him.
However, no Bobadilla, as he will be suspended, so that's a big loss for Miramar.
But they also have Ronaldo Munoz on the bench, so a ready-made replacement for him. So
yeah,
I think it's straightforward, this one. I think Miramar will get the win.
Yeah, and then Western Springs versus Phoenix Reserves. I think Western Springs should realistically have no issues here. Wellington Phoenix first team in a bit of an injury crisis. There'll be a few players called up. The game is in Auckland, so I don't know how likely it is that players on the bench for Wellington will make the trip up the next day. Yeah. So I think Western Springs take all 3 points.
I see it kind of being a one-way traffic. Unfortunately, I know my boys, but I see this one-way traffic. I see Western Springs just doing what they do best. However, could this be a slip-up? Slip-up that we're all wanting, so that it makes the title race.
I think they've had a couple of slip-ups already, like Auckland FC reserves when they managed to poach one at the end. I believe there was another game, Olympic, where they they had the opportunity to take the game, and get the points, but they failed to do so. I think they're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. And they know they've had those stumbles in the past. And I think they'll really want to just get things moving and really stamp their passport to the final here.
Yeah, they'll really want a big performance, and big shout out to the goalkeeper, by the way, Connolly. Amazing campaign so far. Maybe not the greatest for Suburbs in the Northern League, but he's really put a case forward to being the first team keeper for clubs next year, or even if he goes back to Suburbs. But he's having a real strong campaign.
Yeah, after that it'll be Western Suburbs versus Auckland FC Reserves, which I will be in attendance. While I'm up there for the NZ Derby, or down there I should say, in Wellington.
Down there for the Derby.
Yeah. And this is a bit of a weird one because this is two sort of pretty defensively solid teams.
It's hard for me. It's because AFC's been so good in the last couple of weeks, and so has Suburbs, but Suburbs has got nothing to show for it. I do, however, think that Suburbs will get the win.
Yeah.
It's not just me because I'm wearing a Phoenix flag and a Phoenix hat, and I've got Nixie right next to me, but I do think Suburbs is a really good team.
Yeah, because I do know Jonty Bidwa has been called up, or was a part of the ins for the Auckland FC squad announcement this week. So whether he's on the bench or playing for the reserves, that's up in the air. He's a decent goal threat, and then there's, of course, we're missing a bunch of attackers at the Under-17 World Cup. So we're sort of still got Sam Lack and whatnot, but it's not like a full strength. There's very clear weaknesses throughout the team that Suburbs could potentially look to exploit. Yeah. So I unfortunately will lean in favour of Suburbs.
Yeah.
Speaking on that, on HypnoSync's comment, Sale is a possibility. He was actually very good in recent games. But Peinica was just there to basically get minutes under his belt and to prep for the derby, essentially. So I doubt you see Peinica playing for the first team, for the reserves.
I don't think Peinica starts in the derby.
Oh, no, he doesn't. He's not got the minutes under his belt. He'll be coming. If he does play, it'll be off the bench in like a Tommy Smith closer role. So, yeah. And then moving on to Birkenhead Christchurch United. Two teams kind of just slowly sliding down the table. Birkenhead, I could see this going either way, really. I think Birkenhead is probably who you would initially favour on paper. At home, a couple of really handy names in the team. But, was it 3 losses on the trot now?
3 losses. Yep, 3 losses in the trot. I'm always reminded about that. And so, yeah, it's a hard one because it's Christchurch United at the end of the day is a really handy squad. So my head is originally going for Christchurch United to get an away win, but Birko at home, you can't beat the home crowd at Shepherds Park, so it'll be an interesting one.
Yeah, and Wellington Olympic on the bye, so there's an opportunity for Springs to pass them on the table this week.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think that pretty much wraps up our National League coverage. We'll move on to the derby. Wellington Phoenix versus Auckland FC. I'm pretty confident heading into this one.
Are you?
Well, yeah, we've conceded 1 goal all season. I think Wellington sort of play to our strengths in that they're going to push high. We've got two wingers that are very good finishers, very good creators in Randall and Brook. Cosgrove, I think he's got the monkey off the back now. I think he has a goal or two in him. I think Randall has a goal or two in him. I think Mai hasn't actually scored in a derby yet. So I think he's kind of due. Brimmer also loves a goal in Wellington. Scored there for Victory and us in the first derby.
Yeah.
And I think that back four, of course, Sakai was injured 10 minutes into the game against Adelaide. But I think Callum Elliott, comfortably the best backup right back in the league, and probably starts for a good 9-10 teams in the A-League. So I'm not really too fussed over the Sakai injury, if I'm being honest.
I think it's going to be a draw. I'm just going to go straight out there. I think it's going to be a draw. I don't think defensively in the box you guys have been defensively as good as what you guys hope. And that's coming from the LA game. I think that LA goal was just piss poor defending inside the box. I mean, you can't let a player turn like that. So I think you guys do have goals, but I think they can easily be nullified. The thing that shit scares me is our fucking high line. It shit scares me. So it will be an interesting game to say the least.
Yeah, it's a tough one because I don't see you trouncing us. I just don't think it's going to happen. I think we're too defensively secure.
I think it's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be 2 or 3-0. I don't think it's going to be 6 or 7.
I
hope it's not.
I don't think it'll be 6 or 7 either. But I think if we score early, I think we could run up 3 or 4 goals.
I hope not. I don't think derby games in Wellington are going to be won by 4 or 5 goals. I think they're going to be real close. I think the games up in Auckland might be a little bit different, but I think the games in Wellington will always be the closest of the derbies.
Well, it kind of depends how, because if you say, for example, let's take the Perth and the Mariners games to start off with, even Brisbane, where there's been clear-cut chances within those first 10, 15 minutes. I think if we put 2 or 3 of those away, Chiefy is going to go, he's going to have a decision to make, basically. And it could very well be the decision that will see him possibly in or out of a job. And I think if that does happen, I'm very curious to see how he reacts to that. There's also, of course, the chance that you guys do ride that out. Oluwayemi makes a couple good saves, a couple good clearances. And the big thing for me is that lack of Mandrakar James. Because that means you're forced to put Isaac Hughes on Sam Cosgrove. I think that's going to be a decent battle. I think Isaac Hughes is pretty good physically, so I think he should be able to keep up with Cosgrove in that aspect. Yep. The thing that I think should scare Wellington fans is that Lucas Kelly-Heald matchup. Because Lucas Kelly-Heald has looked like a newborn fawn at times this season. And Lockie Brook is really light on his feet. I could see a couple...
Really rapid.
Yeah, and I could see him potentially dragging Kelly-Heald out of position, drawing cards out of him. I think that's one of the more crucial battles for Wellington to win, which we may see Armiento forced back to try and sort of give him a hand, or maybe like a midfielder maybe you guys play a 3-man midfield, so one of those midfielders can drop and support Kelly-Heald, which then, takes less manpower out of attack. And so it's one of those things that I think will be an interesting battle.
I'm really looking forward to this game tomorrow. I really am. I'm probably not going to look forward to the week after because, I know Auckland fans and I know that they will blow up my DMs if the unthinkable happens.
Oh, mate, wait till you get on the show next week.
Oh, no, because I only have to wait to Saturday.
Or you're going to pull a Jamie Carragher and not turn up.
spell it. I
I
might
got a
put Nixie
tattoo.
in charge. I might put Nixie in charge. I
Uh,
might. However, he is welcome. He's always welcome inside the stadium at Wellington. Love good old
yeah.
Nixie. He's always welcome. So, unlike your mascot, who's not welcome, and he is to stay outside Sky Stadium.
Yeah,
And I'm not
that's what
sorry,
happens
he's
when he
paid.
starts. What was the comments on the post where he's selling Fent in Karori or something? Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Yeah, but yeah. What else is there? I think that's pretty much it. Guy
Women's
Goss.
game beforehand.
Yeah.
Women's game beforehand. So,
Ah, yes.
I mean, you'll be cheering
you've
for-
reminded me.
you'll be cheer-
Macy
you'll be
Fraser's
cheering
up
for
the
Cam.
port.
yeah, I wonder what clip you guys stole that from. I'm still looking for it.
It's funny. I will send it to you after this. But she actually posted a tweet about it, and then pulled it down within like 10 minutes. So yeah, I'll send that clip to you afterwards. Yeah. So yeah, women's game. I'll be cheering on Canberra with a few of the other lads, and yeah, chanting Macy Fraser's up the port. But yeah. Oh, yes. Another thing I think about this derby. Goalkeepers. Some bad memories there for Oluwayemi, and Michael Vowd I don't think has quite proven himself as a solid option just yet. So I imagine there'll be a bit of testing of keepers there at some point.
Yeah, I have flashback to Oluwayemi every single time. Because
Because
for a week afterwards, that gave me nightmares.
yeah.
That gave me nightmares. I think Vild he's not as solid as maybe Auckland would want him to be. And there could be mistakes out of him.
I think there is a mistake there. But with Oluwayemi, I think
But he's been good this year, though, Oluwayemi. I'll give him that.
He's
quite
gotten
good this
lucky
year.
a few times. That Perth game in particular, I remember. The Perth and it was the Raw game. He would come out, hit a ball, but Wellington would win the second ball with a player lurking there. And the thing that I would be worrying about if I was a Knicks fan is that we have a lot of long-range specialists in this team. Yeah. A lot of lads that will see that opportunity and go, yeah, I'll have a go. And the one that I would be most worried about, honestly, is Brimmer. Because Brimmer loves a goal in Wellington. He's done it for Auckland. He's done it for victory. Like, I think he even did it for Perth maybe once. I can't quite remember.
Probably.
But, like, yeah, he just seems to always snag one when in Wellington. And, like, I wouldn't be surprised to see something like that happen. And then with Michael Vowd, I think that follow-up. I think, because who have you really got that's sort of a long-range shooter? Maybe not even long-range, but Amiento, I suppose. Could draw.
Rufo can let one hit from range. Like, he's not bad.
That's going to bite me in the ass.
If it
But
does,
no, because Vowd has a bit of an issue of palming it back into play. Is something like he's not done it often, but we don't face a great many shots, so it's sort of up in the air what happens at that. And I think Eze on clean-up crew, he has some good movement in and around the box, so the likes of Dan Hall and Goodwood Rice will have to be very wary of where he's at. He's a very shifty character in that position. So, yeah. Yeah, I think
that's a 7 p.m. kickoff at Sky Stadium. Make sure you get your tickets. Make sure you're there in advance. Cheer on the ladies.
Yep, Knicks desperately need the numbers from what I've heard.
We do.
Yeah. The darts and High Tide have apparently drawn out 15,000, so based off of estimates I've seen so far.
Yeah.
But yeah, because I think it's like 12 to 14,000 is basically what I've seen so far, so I think 18 would be good.
18 will be a good crowd.
Yeah. For last number I heard for our travelling fans was 609, but I imagine that's probably knocking on 650 now, because that was a few days ago. So we're expecting a good turnout there. And yeah, I think that pretty much wraps us up for the night.
Yeah.
Um,
Drive
oh,
safe. Are you?
I completely
What?
forgot.
What?
Auckland City and their Facebook page.
Oh yeah. I forgot. Day
Wow.
5.
Some
Day 5.
fantastic stuff on show there. If
Day-
anyone doesn't know, the Auckland City Facebook account was hacked and is now posting Asian women in bikinis on their stories. So I don't think that's been resolved yet either.
No, it's day 5. It's day 5.
Yeah, so yeah.
It's never short of funny moments in the New Zealand National
There's
League,
something
I'll tell
about
you that.
football in this area of the world that just produces
Crazy.
fantastic moments.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that does actually wrap us up this
Yeah.
time now.
Safe travels
Do
to
we even
Wellington.
properly touch on the sort of injury misses? Because I mentioned Mandrikar James. I think like so. Who is it you're missing? Miliuznic.
Yep. No, he's back.
Ishige's-
He's back.
Oh, is he back? Is he?
Back. Yeah, he's back.
So yeah, Ishige out for the season. James
Yep,
out.
ACL.
Retray out. Who was the other one? There was like 2 or 3 more.
What's it?
Yeah. Walker, I think, was out.
Oh yeah,
But he was.
not like an actual. He's French.
Yeah. Obviously Tim Payne with his collarbone.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ishige out with his ACL rupture. He's gone for the season, which means, from what I've talked to someone, and he reckons that Ishige was likely above that emergency injury replacement threshold, which is $300,000 a year. So the Knicks, you may see the Knicks dip into the market to replace, be able to dip into the market to replace him, because with how the salary cap works, is if you terminate a player, that doesn't remove them from your salary cap. But this is an exception to that. So if Ishige is under the cap, like he will then, like because he's out for the season, he can then be removed and another player brought in to replace him. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the Knicks do on that front. Whether maybe a cheeky Ben Wayne termination from Port Vale and then sign him up, because he's not really gotten any minutes. So yeah,
He hasn't really hit the ground running in the UK like he probably wanted to be.
World Cup right around the corner as well. Jesse Randall picking up form. It sort of leaves him in a bit of a weird spot where maybe he's not second choice.
So it'll be interesting. Definitely be interesting to say the least.
Yeah. Nathan Walker. This is just for Hypnosync. Nathan Walker. I don't know the specifics of the injury, but he was listed as injured in last week's squad announcement. So I didn't see him added to the. You're right there. You seeing God? He was later added. He was not added back to the squad at any point. So we'll see if the reserves play, and if he's there, then that'll tell us everything we need to know, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also make sure you watch the National League, because there's 3 derbies tomorrow. It's a Kiwi Tier Street Derby, or the Dominion Road Derby. It's the Kiwi El Clasico, or I call it the Battle of Middle Earth. I think that's better than the Kiwi.
My
El
personal
Clasico.
favourite is Te Mata Rohia, which is the classic in Māori, which fits sort of El Clasico, etc. De Classica. Yeah, fits that theme.
And then you've got the Melbourne Derby.
Yeah.
So it's
Bucket loads of fun, as I like to say.
Bucket loads.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
We'll wrap it up here, and yeah. If you see me at the if you go to the Western Suburbs Auckland game and you see me there, feel free to come over, have a chat. And yeah,
I might be at I don't know which game I'm going to yet. On the weekend I might be at one, I might be at the other. If you see me, come and say hi. Yeah, or knock me over the head with a beer.
Sweet as. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch up again next